for sports, and we had the last day of Wayne Finger Lakes basketball last night. A really interesting game over in Geneva.
Yeah, sure. The big game of the night was Lions Geneva. You have, Class C Lions team playing a high Class B Geneva team from the Finger Lakes East. What's going to be interesting to see how that played out. And Geneva has not been playing great the past several weeks, while Lions has. This was an opportunity, I think, for Geneva to get a little confidence back. And it was a good game. 83-70 final. Lions wins.
Yep.
J.C. Walker, 43 points to lead the Lions. Anthony Torres, 44 points for Geneva. I mean, so those are a couple of great individual performances.
Did you see the dunk from Brian Whitley?
Yeah, pretty.
That was really cool. Two-handed dunk. Nice pass on the entries, too.
A lot of athleticism on display in that game, but a big win for Lions. Every time Lions hits the court, I think some people are expecting them to maybe get tripped up when they step out of conference and out of league and play some of these other bigger schools. But so far this year, they've really been impressive with just one loss.
Especially on offense. I mean, it's incredible. You routinely see them throughout the season hitting 100 points. Last night they had 80.
111.
Yeah, 111 a couple weeks ago, or a couple nights ago, right? I think they've been to 100 a couple other times this season.
Which is a lot. I mean,
that's a ton.
A high school basketball game is 4 minutes shorter than a college basketball game.
I mean, you don't really you don't see 70 very much. Most get
true.
into the 60s, if not lower. A lot of Paul Max played some really good defense. You've seen some scores in the 30s this year.
Yeah, now I would like to watch that scrimmage. I guess Lions and Paul Max.
I would guess that's today or tomorrow. If I had to guess,
yeah,
I don't know.
But just a scrimmage, but that would be a fun one to watch for sure to see, because Pal Mac, one of the better defensive teams I've seen in recent memory. But brackets will be coming out. Lions, of course, will be a top seed in C3.
C3, yep.
Yeah, and Geneva will probably be middle of the road.
Middle of the road, B1, I would think.
B1, along with Pal Mac and Waterloo and Newark.
I think it's Newark's the top seed. I'm pretty sure. Virtus is in there. Bishop Kearney's in there too, so that's a loaded B1 class.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting tournament. Can't wait to see those brackets. We'll have them posted as soon as we can, as soon as they become available.
Hopefully they come out today. If not tomorrow, I would think, but probably today.
Yeah, because they need to get all the venues down and the game times, and every now and then particular schools will have some sort of weird conflict with some other school event. And then you have situations where boys and girls are both, like for instance, Pal Mac, boys and girls will both be hosting a home game in the first round at least. And there's lots of schools with that. So that all has to be worked out. And then the bracket's finalized. And the nice thing too about that is you can look through then and see, okay, if your school continues to win, they would be in a final at this date at this location. So a lot will become clear over the next 24 to 48 hours as far as that goes. But the college basketball season is still chugging through their regular season for the next couple of weeks, and Syracuse has a big one at the JMA Wireless Dome at 6 o'clock tomorrow. That would be Duke coming to town. Broadcast on ESPN.
Will we see a sold-out dome is my biggest question, I think.
No.
No?
I doubt it. But
6 p.m. against Duke? No?
Well, what is a sellout? I guess, yeah, we might see a sellout, but that they can always fit more in. They had the biggest crowd in the history of on-campus college basketball a few years ago.
Right. You won't see that, but yeah.
Right. So
they're offering discounted tickets. They are nowhere near a sellout. They're offering discounted tickets.
So I would expect to see somewhere around 30,000, but not getting up there where you're sitting long range view in the opposite end zone.
I wonder, I know this just came to my head, I wonder when the last time Duke and Syracuse have played and both teams are unranked. Usually Duke's ranked, right? And Syracuse is often ranked too. So
yeah, not recently for Syracuse
not the
past few years, sadly. But
a couple years prior to that anyway.
The best Duke game was the first time they played in Cameron, and when Syracuse first year in the ACC, and CJ Fair got called on a charge late, and
ripped the coat off.
Yeah, I mean that was just that was a predictable thing,
Personally, I prefer the John Gillen game, but
well, that was when we won. Yeah.
Oh, me and my roommate at Geneseo we got a noise complaint that night. We were yelling so loud after John Gillen nailed that in.
So we'll see what the game Saturday brings. For Syracuse, it's a great opportunity to win 2 in a row, which you watch these NCAA predictions shows heading up to the Selection Sunday, and it's always the teams that are hot going in there have a little bit of a edge, I guess.
Yeah, there's definitely some recency bias. Right?
Yeah, so if Syracuse can go into Selection Sunday on a 5-game winning streak, it will wipe away, because that's what they have. They have this game. Who they got, Paul? They got Duke, Pittsburgh, Wake Forest, and one other game.
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
So if they win those 4 games, all of a sudden they're on a 5-game winning streak, and that would wash over some of the sins of the early season losses. It still might not be enough. I still think they would obviously need to do really well in the ACC tournament. But if they win these 5 games, that would put them at what, Paul? 21-10?
Yeah, they would be able to wrap up the regular season at excuse me, it'd be 20-10.
20-10.
Yeah.
They just don't have enough good quality wins, in my opinion.
Well, they got
have
that
one-
NC State game. The Pittsburgh game would be a quality win. And then, again,
They have one quad, one win adjacent. They're barely on the cusp now.
it's tough to leave a 20-plus win from a power conference team out.
You lost to Colgate. You lost to Bryant.
Yep, back in December.
Yeah.
But, like I say, you get that 20-10, then you win two games in the ACC tournament and then lose. So you'd be 22-11. I mean, at least it would be something to Syracuse fans to tune in for the selection show, let's say, right?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
we'll see. Let's go Orange. Saturday night, 6 o'clock at the Dome. Sectional brackets coming out in the next 24 to 48 hours. It's that time of year for basketball fans for sure. So we're going to step aside.